Hey guys, I want to welcome everybody back to the channel. I want to thank you guys for supporting me so far. Please like, comment, subscribe for more content like this. If you enjoy it, please share it with others. So today what we will be doing is I will be giving you a deck profile. This is my take on Dark Magician. I will let you know that I have looked up a lot of deck profiles relating to Dark Magician, and so far most of them, from what I've seen, usually highly depend on a Dark Dragoon first turn. While I did enjoy trying those out, I didn't really like the fact that if they had an answer to the Dark Dragoon on my way to a Dark Dragoon, I was basically just sitting on there just looking all disappointed. No more plays. I started realizing that I actually like my games to be a little bit more control based. You always, in a Dark Magician deck, from what I've seen, you also need to always win the dice roll. That's usually the way it goes, being that you can't really combo hard. This does not have that much recovery. So to start, we have our 3 Dark Magicians. We also have 1 Dark Magician Girl, and then we also have our 1 Red Eyes Black Dragon. This one's anniversary pack, but for obvious reasons, you run this to be able to go into Dragoon. For the Dark Magician Girl, she's a brick. She doesn't really do much in the deck. She's mostly just so that way you can draw 2 off of Soul Servant. Then we have our next 3 Magician's Rod. This is our main searcher of the deck. This is basically a Dark Magician Stratos. Gets you any spell or trap card with Dark Magician in its name. Also, if you play a spell card or trap card during your opponent's turn, you contribute a spellcaster on your side of the field. You can add this back to your hand from your grave. If you're looking to search more from your deck, also it helps you tribute a Dark Magician on your side of the field, so that way you can use Eternal Soul, banish something else. If you just want to disrupt some more. Then of course, you have your 3 Magician Souls. This is easy draw 2. This is also easy special summon for Vert's Anaconda. This helps you get into the Dark Dragoon play first turn. Good card. Everybody runs it. It's still a very high price card, unfortunately. Magician of Dark Illusion. This is a pseudo Dark Magician. Whenever you activate a spell or trap card during your opponent's turn, you can special summon this out of your hand. Good card. It's a free body. And for the most part, some people just really never expect it. Then we have 3 Apprentice Illusion Magician. This is another free special summon. You discard 1 card from your hand. You get to add a Dark Magician from your deck to your hand. Then afterwards, you go into Verte, or you contribute this on your side of the field to boost up a spellcaster for 2,000 attack points. Can catch people off guard sometimes. And then for our hand traps, we have 2 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. I like this hand trap. A lot of people run this right now. It definitely stops a lot of searches. Unfortunately, it's between this and Droll. Droll stops things for the whole turn, while this only stops on 1 search, but sometimes that's usually all you need. Going into our spells, we have our 3 Dark Magical Circle. This lets you search the top 3 cards of your deck, organize them in any order. You can add 1 Dark Magician, or you can add a spell or trap card with Dark Magician in its text. Unfortunately, this does not get you Eye of Timaeus. Wish it did. Easy fusion. Next we have 3 Soul Servants. This is a good card. This is easy stacks. You can take a Dark Magician, spell or trap card, anything with Dark Magician in its text, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But in the same turn, you can also banish this from your graveyard and draw cards up to the number of Palladium cards or Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girls in your graveyard. Good card. Good way to draw. Another good way to draw, we also ran Triple Allure. We needed more draw power in this deck. This deck is not that consistent. You need to be able to look through your deck as quickly as possible for key pieces, so that way you can either summon a Dragoon, or you can try to get some stuff so that way you can interrupt your opponent's plays during their time. One of the quick play spell cards we have is Secrets of Dark Magic. This is our quick play fusion, also ritual. We don't use it for the ritual though. This can go into the Dark Magicians. This is the 1 Red Eyes fusion, of course, for the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon package. And a spicy tech card that I had during the tournament. It didn't really come up. It could have helped out in certain situations, but unfortunately it didn't help me. I might cut it or I might just leave it. I'm not really sure yet. It's Defusion. I decided to put this in because a lot of people usually decide to go into a Dark Dragoon and they sit on that basically first turn. This also could defuse my own Dark Dragoon on my turn if my opponent had no answer to it, and then I could just basically OTK. Going into our trap cards, we have 2 Eternal Souls. If your opponent destroys it face down, it doesn't do anything. Being face down, it has no effect. It does not get the effect to destroy all of your monsters. Some people may get confused on that, but this does special summon a Dark Magician or add a 1,000 Knives or Dark Magic attack to your hand from your deck. This special summons a Dark Magician from your hand to the field or from the graveyard to the field. Really good card, mainly for disruption, used in combination with Dark Magical Circle. Next we had 2 Goes in Match. I don't know if I like this card. It's a pretty good card. A lot of people can be disrupted by this. In theory, I feel like it should work. It didn't really work for me during the tournament, unfortunately. But what did work was the next card. We have our 3 summon limit. This card was amazing against everyone else that I was playing with. Unfortunately, you'll see during the first match, it was also detrimental to me. This card, used properly, can completely cripple your opponent. Since a lot of people don't really see it coming, they don't expect it. As soon as they summon their second monster, you just flip this over and then they basically end their turn because they weren't expecting to see this. They thought they could go off. We have our Skill Drain. A lot of people use effects to get through nowadays, especially Dragon Link. If you flip this on the Dragon Link deck, they're not really going anywhere. Next, we have our Magical Navigation. I wasn't really using this for the effect of special summoning Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl or any other spellcaster from my deck. I was actually planning on using this from the graveyard. When a Dark Magician is on the field, you remove it from play. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card, you negate the effect. Again, another form of disruption, in my opinion. Usually people don't really remember that this thing has the effect to disrupt your opponent's spell and trap cards, but that's why I like it. And we also have our 2 Impermanents. I like Impermanents. If you go second, this is a good disruption. I really like the card. It's basic hand trap. Going into the extra deck, we have our 2 Dragoons. This deck in theory can go into 2 Dragoons. It's not really likely, but for some reason, should your opponent get rid of a card, I also run a Super Poly on the side. That's why I run the 2 Dragoons. If you run into Dragon Link, you could use this. It becomes helpful. You never know. And the Dark Magicians. I really like this card. This is a good way to get a draw off during your opponent's turn when they activate a spell or trap card, or if you activate a spell or trap card, you get to draw one. If it's a spell or trap card, you could set it. If it's not, you add it to your hand. When it's destroyed, you get to special summon a Dark Magician and a Dark Magician Girl. It's another form of disruption if you have Dark Magical Circle. Then we have our 1 Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. I didn't really have this come up at all during the tournament. It's a really good card though. I've never actually used it. Our 1 Verte for the Dragoon package. We have a Transcode Talker. I have gone into this a couple of times during the tournament. It didn't really work out in my favor though. My opponent usually ended up destroying it or removing it from play the following turn. Then we have the Selene to help go into the Transcode Talker. You have the 1 Nightmare Phoenix, IP, Nightmare Unicorn, the Link Spider, Link Haribo, which, to be honest, I did use this a couple of times to get the Magician's Souls off the field. I felt like this would be better to have on there, but in my first duel, you guys will see in the video, they had something else besides Link Haribo, which now I probably am going to run. For the Exceeds, we have our Big Eye, then we have our Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, and then following we have our Ebon Illusion Magician. Now, if you guys are wondering why these cards look the way they do, this is actually double sleeved. These sleeves I had shown off from my previous video. You'll see a link up there in the corner. This is a Imperium Duelist sleeve. All I did was I put the sleeve over the card, reversed, so I stuck it in through the bottom, just like that. And then I basically slid this one in here. It's double sleeved, extra protection, and it looks shiny. Can't go wrong with more shiny. In our side deck, we have our 1 Mystic Mine, because we played Degenerates. 3 Winged Dragon of Ra. I didn't side this during the tournament. I wish I did. Then we have our Cyphering package. Our driver with our 3 Gammas. This card came up during the tournament. Actually, it saved me for 1 turn. It's a pretty good package. I can't complain about it. Then we have our newly added off the forbidden list, Harpy's Feather Duster. Followed, we have our Super Poly. Of course, everybody runs Dragoons. So my thought process was fuse off their Dragoons with my Dark Magician, go into the Dark Magicians. Would have been great. Next, we have our Nibiru's, always a good card. And then we have our 2 Drolls. So this is my take on a Dark Magician deck. I love the deck. I've been going after this again, like I've mentioned before, since the Dark Illusions came out, and I've been trying to work on it. I think that this deck is definitely more control based. You need to know what you're using when you're using it. You have to be very reserved when you're using your cards in this deck. You can't just negate everywhere. That's not possible. So you have to pick and choose your moments. Tournament, I went 3 matches. The first player was a Dark Magician player, so it was a mirror match. He won. Second one was a PKBA player. It was pretty good. PK Fire, not bad. And then the last one was a Dino. I won against the PK Fire player, and then I lost against the Dino and the Dark Magician player. Results of the tournament, I didn't do too well, but I will be editing the deck so that way it does perform better. I want to congratulate the winner right there. I will be contacting you through Instagram. Be sure to subscribe, like the video for the YouTube algorithm, and comment. We will be posting more stuff like this as time goes on. Thank you guys so much and have a great day. Ciao.